Notice is hereby given of a regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the District to be held at 105 Port Road, Port Isabel, Texas, on the 8th day of July, 2015, at the hour of 6 p.m. for the consideration of the business of the agenda below. This notice is posted at the office of the district on July 1st, 2015, at 2 p.m. in accordance with the Texas Opens Meeting Act, and a copy has been furnished to the county clerk in Cameron County, Texas. The meeting is called to order. There's a quorum. 2 members are absent, Mr. Scott Friedman, Mr. Martin Cantu. Item 2, would everybody please rise for the invocation and the pledge?
Dear Heavenly Father, I humbly ask you for your presence. Please send us your Holy Spirit and provide us with guidance, wisdom, and discernment to understand your will. I thank you, Lord, for your grace and mercy. Please bless this meeting in the name of your beloved Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3 is invitation to the audience for discussion. Item 4, consider and approve the minutes for the workshop meeting and regular meeting of June 10th, 2015. Get a motion, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wells.
I wasn't here. I'll second the motion.
All right, motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Wasn't here.
Okay. Let's let the record reflect Mr. Thomas abstains. Item 5, General Manager's report. Mr. Gavan?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, did we complete that, it was voted for, approval, the minute?
Well, it's 2 to 1, so I don't think that qualifies. I think it has to be 3.
I believe it's those present and voting, a majority of those present and voting.
Okay. So it could be 2 out of 3 then?
I believe so. I think it's those present and voting. Do you think otherwise?
No, I think we're right, but it didn't,
I thought it had to be 3. I thought it had to be 3, even though there's 2 people absent.
Yeah, because I didn't hear the approval, because, we just kept going to the second item.
Yeah.
So we need an approval for that.
Yeah, give me, I have the
Well, it's been 2 to 1, so.
2 to 1, so it's those present and voting.
Or 2 to abstain, 2 to an abstention, yeah.
I still believe you're okay.
If it's not okay, we'll put it on the next agenda, I guess.
Do we need to just go ahead and say approve them? So I didn't hear that part.
Motion
You didn't hear
approved. Motion approved, yeah.
No,
Okay.
we're set.
All right.
Good.
All right, motion approved.
Okay.
All right, item 5 is General Manager's report.
Okay, there you go. Cameron County came by 2 weeks ago. They visited, they wanted to annex beach access 3, 4, 5, and 6. And saying that, we looked up records, and 3, 4, and 5 were already in the district boundary. It's only 6. So we'll be working with beach access number 6 to get it annexed to the district. I just want to set up a date with the committee. Mr. Rick Wells is part of it, and I didn't bring my paper. Annexation. But we'll get that set up so we can meet and discuss the beach access number 6, so we can get it annexed. And what they want to do is just install a couple of restrooms out there and the showers,
Okay.
and just to get better, I guess, sanitary restrooms out there, because they have the porta potties and yes, sir.
Mr. Thomas, you have a
We
question?
do have utilities running past
Yes,
that point,
we do.
right?
Right.
And they're gonna pay for it.
Annexation to beach access number 6, they have to pay for it, right?
Pretty easy.
So they agreed, they sent that letter, so we have that part. We just need to get together and discuss it and get it approved on the next meeting.
Okay.
So we can get going and
Don't do any work on it until we get the application fee, the money from that.
Right.
Yeah, don't do anything until.
we still need to meet, right, we still need to meet and discuss, all the pros and cons, And I believe we might have to get a hold of Mr. Lucio here to guide us on that too. Charles and I kind of, we read the annexation policy, but it's, kind of long.
I think some of the procedures, you have to report it to the DOJ or Department of Justice, DOJ and everything. I think that's what happened. It's been a while. It's been a while
And the
since we
committee,
did it.
now, Daisy gave to me, it's, Mr. Whitey Thomas and Rick Wells, the committee for the annexation.
Okay.
Sounds like a tough group.
Just, think about it and give me a date, see what day you can meet, probably next week.
What day next week, guys?
Whenever. Pick the day, Whitey. Carlos, I'm open.
13th, Monday,
What time?
Monday the 13th,
Okay, where are we meeting with the?
here, upstairs.
At what time?
Whatever time you want, I'll be here all day. Charles?
You're up early.
No, well, I'm not next week.
Oh,
Nine o'clock?
vacation.
Yeah, and well, also, I went out in the field just the other day and met with Joe Vega on Beach Access 5. And Beach Access 5 is the one that has the pavilion out there.
Right.
And they're gonna be entering into contract with Rubiano to do all the structural repair. Now, on that same contract, they're gonna add plumbing, trying to get flush toilets and showers in that facility. And so at that point, since they're already annexed, it's just really getting the connection fee. So
Right, they had installed previously, like about 2-3 years ago, some piping across the road and electricity, but they never connected the water lines or anything. So
Okay.
once we get that, all they have to do on that one, Beach Access 5, is come pay the tap fees and sewer tap fees,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Well, the same thing.
So
I've been
what's
telling
this
them.
what is this annexation movie?
Beach
number 6,
Beach
Beach
Access
I
Access
know
6.
what it is, but why do we even have to?
So that we can get it in our boundary, our district boundary.
Okay.
Yeah, well, once we reviewed their site plans from this letter, we realized that 3, 4, and 5 are already annexed. 5 was annexed, including the Pinell property, when that annexation was completed way back when. So Beach Access 6 is the only one that's pending, or needs to be annexed. And from that site meeting we had earlier this week, they might end up holding off on proceeding with the annexation at Beach Access 6, and 5 is the one where they're really going to proceed with facilities at this time.
That piece of property where they're gonna build a new Marriott, where Ocean Towers, is that already annexed?
That's inside the
Oh, that's
district.
already-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's there been a long time. This just way up, they want us to get across the
Wh-
road and
which-
annex how many feet?
Oh, I don't have the attachment,
The
but
Beach
it's
Access
not
number
very
6 is
far.
very
Access
small.
6
It's
is a
small.
real narrow strip.
It's small.
That would the annexation's a couple acres or.
Which access is Atwood Park?
5.
5. Okay, so that's already in the district.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
The only one that's not is 6, am I
Okay.
correct?
Correct.
It's,
All right.
But the pipes are already ran up there.
Yeah, we got pipes
Well,
to
we'd have
track
take
14.
them from the highway down, but they're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Why do we have to have a meeting for this?
It's, the committee kinda looks over everything, and then once we get to the board meeting, y'all help in approving,
9 o'clock Monday,
the
Wednesday?
help in
procedures.
approving the.
9 AM? Huh? 9 in the morning? Yeah.
Well, I guess
Oh,
so.
but
the
then,
13th?
one more
That's
thing is
Monday.
Charles is gonna be out from the 13th to the 17th, so.
Well, the other part of maybe not needing the meeting at this point is because Cameron County, I think they're going to withdraw the request for Beach Access 6, since they found out that 3, 4, and 5 are already in the
Can
district.
we table this till they know what they're doing?
It's just a.
It's just a report.
A report, yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's hold off on it until,
Hold off on the
Okay.
meeting?
Yeah, we'll hold off until they decide to. Beach access number 6 is the farthest one, and there's not much where, just in and out. I don't think they wanna install like a major, construction out there yet, so that's what it is. And they had mentioned that they just wanted the restrooms for the personnel that work there, the little hut that they work, so they're probably gonna have to hold off, keep those, porta potties. Okay, on the next one that I have here, Rio Grande, LNG came up, about a week, ago also. They met with us and they, just like Texas LNG, this is the other part of Rio Grande, LNG. They wanted to annex also, they took the information with them, see how much it's gonna cost. They're interested, in using on the Highway 48, the sewer and the water from the district, so once we hear something, get a letter from them. If they're interested, we'll come back to the board, and I just wanna let you guys know that they came by and, picked up annexation, policies and all that information that we have.
Mr. Thomas?
They're the ones wanting to put in the natural,
Yeah.
gasification plant.
Right. That's the second part. There was
There's
one
two of 'em.
previously about,
Two groups.
say 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Okay.
They were interested also, and that one's Texas LNG. This one's Rio Grande LNG, so there's two companies out there.
Well, my attitude to that is, well, if they don't put it on this side of the little bridge, Brownsville will put it on the other side, and the navigation district put it on the other side of the little bridge pretty fast.
Well, there's
I'd
multiple
like to-
companies.
I'd love to have them in our taxing district. Uh-oh, got a conflict of interest with the attorney here.
No.
He's no Brownsville boy. Gotta keep an eye on it.
Okay, guess, that's it on that one. The next one that I have, we talked about the development project fund information and colonials. Jeff, you have requested, like, see if Port Isabel could get some funds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that's
one,
why I
just
put it in
curious.
there. That's what I received, and it's only for colonial.
Ah,
But
okay.
I did talk to Mr. Garcia, Raul Garcia there at the county.
Mhm.
He mentioned that if Port Isabel wants to, get some funds for that, they have to request it. But, in saying like, water and wastewater line repairs, they wouldn't even go there because they'd rather have like street repairs and park repairs. Their stuff,
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
pay for is what they wanna,
Okay,
construct instead of water and sewer
Good
lines.
zone.
okay, just wondering.
So I gave you the information so you can look at it.
All right, thank you.
And, on the fourth one, I wanted to mention that we have two retirees that, retired in the last 2 weeks, or last week probably. Liz D. Cardenas, accounts payable, and, Mr. Mario Vela, the water plant manager. And that's all I have.
Okay,
Questions?
any other questions?
Somebody said they're gonna repave South Shore. Is there anything we should be doing over there before they repave it?
Victor mentioned the sewer, something in the sewer, South Shore, because the water.
Yes, well, we've had some, pre-bid meetings with them, we've gone out there. So, we're working with them, and if there's any conflicts with any water lines or any sewer lines, we'll work them at the same time that they're gonna be fixing the road.
Nothing we need to
But saying
replace
in our
down
water
there. We
lines,
got
we
the
don't
road.
have to repair water lines at this time in South Shore.
But the lines and everything are good over on South Shore then.
Right.
It's not like something we should try to get in there and do before they pave it or
No,
something.
not right
Not
now.
on South Shore.
No, it's an 8-inch water line on South
If
Shore.
they're gonna
Just
repair
asking, I
Garcia
don't
Street,
know.
we need to do that.
Our killer's gonna be Garcia Street.
And I'm pretty sure they're gonna, repair that one soon, because we got a lot of patches everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So they might repair that one pretty soon. So
When are we
not-
talking about tearing into Garcia Street over there and doing that? Like, is there a whole time frame?
Well, I actually requested an engineering proposal and I'll be presenting that at the next meeting as
Oh,
far as
really?
getting a
Okay.
takeoff for addressing the improvements in that area.
Okay.
We got some bond money for that, so we get that one pretty quick.
Okay.
Okay, that's all.
All right, item 6, Director of Operations report. Mr. Valdez?
Yes, sir, just an update on this, we did speak with Mr. Jared Hakama, the interim city manager at the city of Port Isabel. We did speak to him about the irrigation, raw water irrigation for Little League fields. He's for it, he's excited, he wants us to just work on a cost estimate of what it's gonna cost for them to, so that he can present it to their board members and see if we can go forward with that. I know that what they're gonna have to do on their side is, of course, probably reroute their irrigation lines to be able to match up with ours, because they've got two meters out there, and both meters are connected to also the restrooms and the facilities that, along with the irrigation.
They're connected to the concession standard?
They're interconnected with the concession stand and everything, so they'd have to just reroute some lines. Yes.
Mr. Thomas?
What kind of pressure do we have on that raw water line?
Oh, we're gonna put a pump for them.
Okay, we're gonna install
From the
a
reservoir,
pump,
yes,
huh?
we're gonna install a pump and
Because-
pump. Whenever they're gonna irrigate, they can go out there, turn on the pump and irrigate. then, for the month of, June, we ended up having 4 water taps and 4 sewer taps. We also had 13 swaps that we did, and we tested 4 meters, for the month of June. And the, Ebony project in Laguna Vista, they're already close to finishing. They're getting close to the hibiscus and the ebony section.
Okay.
They're right, maybe not even 200 feet away from that intersection already. There is going to be a shutdown on Friday in that area, just to so they can reroute, so they can lay the sewer, the gravity sewer. We have a 6-inch water line that's crossing the road, so they got to take that off and then put the sewer line in there, put in brand new manhole. The only area that's going to be affected is the Tanglewood apartments, that whole complex right there.
Okay.
And that should be probably a whole day kind of deal, like from 9 to 3 or something. Well, we put that time frame, but it might be sooner or so. And then we also have just an update on those auto dialers that we have for the lift stations. I was talking to the IT with Hugo, and he has problems with just 2 lift stations, lift station 3 and 10. Something about the configuration's not working, but he's getting the main IT from Orbit to come down, and he should be here tomorrow, and they're gonna figure it out so they can put those in order. Those are the only 2 that are left.
Okay, good.
To get online.
Good.
And that's all I have.
Cameras, can you say something about the cameras?
Cameras, we still need about 3, but all we're lacking is just the trenching that they need to do. Where we're gonna install them, there is no electricity close by, so we just need to trench a couple of places, but it should be done within the next week or so. That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, very good. Any questions for Mr. Valdez? All right, let's move on to item number 7, District Engineers Report. Mr. Charles.
All right, first item we have is an update on the Port Isabel wastewater treatment plant phase 1 improvements. And we had our official design kickoff meeting on June 29th. And part of that delivery was their project quality control manual. And so I went ahead and included that as an attachment there in your board packet.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you can see the organization of the team and our general schedule for our key milestones and whatnot. And so the topo survey has already proceeded, and that all got completed in June. And so we also had our meetings with the Brownsville Navigation District, and they gave us approval to proceed with preparing the final easement documents across their property.
Okay.
So that's all in pretty good shape. And the only thing is reviewing the survey. We're probably still going to need some a survey, easement across the Garcia property, because that sub C7 encroaches outside the navigation district and into the Garcia tract. So that'll be part of the easement acquisition we'll take care of. But at the end of the day, when we build our pipeline, we'll be allowed to terminate that agreement with the clauses that are already written in there.
Good.
So I think we're on the right track there.
Good.
And so yeah, and so as far as getting to some of those milestones that was in the board packet, basically there's a schedule in there, and let's see, that November 11th timeframe is a design progress meeting. I think that's sort of the first key workshop where Corolla will present the status to the board. Just to kind of, there's some key meetings in here where they'll be doing board presentations, just to give you an update on progress for preparing the design.
Okay.
And as far as the pipeline extension itself, we're looking at starting construction in February of next year, and it'll be about 3 months to get that finished out. That's where it's sitting.
Okay.
So I guess on the next. Yeah, so the next project is the water plant 2 use of chloramines. Yeah, I don't know if we've gone through this, but basically, you know, the chloramines is a mixture of both free chlorine gas and a liquid ammonium sulfite, and that's what we use in our distribution system to maintain our chlorine residual without causing disinfectants. I mean, without causing the trihalomethanes or the disinfection byproducts. And so basically, what we had done is really for the liquid ammonium sulfite, you're supposed to mix it and have it installed like at the rapid mix, which was our old process. But when we set up our new feed point at the clear well, when we injected the pipe, we weren't getting any mixing, and so that's how we got the static mixer ordered and we had that scheduled to get installed in June, but we weren't able to do the shutdown. There were too many water demands, in the field for us to be able to do the shutdown. So, question?
Mr. Thomas?
Keep talking.
Okay, yes, so basically, the static mixer is scheduled for installation in September. And so, I mean, our chloramines, even though we're, we don't have the ideal mixing, they're still getting us through the summer, basically. Like, we did our quarterly testing on the THMs, where the state did their samples in June, and we've had 2 of the 4 results already come in, and one came in at 45.8, and the other one was 34.9, and so our limit's 80 micrograms per liter. So we got good numbers this quarter.
So we do have all the equipment in, we just can't shut the plant down.
Correct.
To give us enough time, because last time we talked, all the fabrication wasn't complete on that.
Right. Well, what we did is we had the shutdown scheduled on Tuesday. All the materials are on site, and we had to order bolts, but the bolts will be here in about a week. I mean, the bolts was one issue, we couldn't proceed, but the fact that we lost, we couldn't have the downtime without losing pressure in the system, that was the second. Because what happened is Monday night, the day before the schedule shut down, for some reason, we had already shut down water plant 2, including the high service, the day before, and from 7 p.m. to midnight, our tanks dropped 30 feet. So we turned everything back on, because we weren't going to let everything run out of water. And so basically, we canceled that shutdown, and so we're not going to make another attempt till September.
Okay, good.
And so, okay, I guess the third item on here is the system improvements, and it's the project changes that are all related to including the Port Isabel sewer plant as part of our system improvements. And so we already got the draft resolution I received today from our bond counsel, Noel Valdez, and one of the attachments is basically our letter to TCEQ requesting all the budget changes and the change in scope. And so it'll formally be presented at the next board meeting, and it's looking pretty good right now. And we've already had a review with an unofficial review from Renbera up in TCEQ with the district review team, and he's already reviewed the letter and told us there's no deficiencies in it. We just need the approved resolution, basically.
And I'll look at the resolution, so
Okay.
provide any comment.
Right. So yeah, that one's it right now. So we should be in good shape there.
Good.
And then, the last item here is just the turbo compressor blowers at Isla Blanca and Annie Bowie. JP Kandu, that Square E Engineering, he's the one putting the plans together. And we had a visit a couple of weeks ago. I think it was mid-June. This is one of those that carry over from the prior meeting. And so he's supposed to be wrapping up his final set for review. So I need to see that. Basically, we need to look at the final review set so we can get that one put out for bid. That's where those plans are sitting right now.
Okay. Any idea how much longer on that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there's no reason for it to go more than 60 days without having it out for bid. I mean, I need to just jump on it and get it pushed out the door.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I have on my priority list is the plans and specs for coin dioxide. I probably need to push that one first, and then I'll jump on the turbo compressors.
Okay, good. Any questions for the engineer?
To be honest, even that stuff I loaned you, Greg, that you conveniently didn't get. Well, we went over it quickly. Nothing to talk about till we get on the finance.
All right. Let's move on to item 8, Director of Finances report.
Mr. Chairman and members of the board, I just wanted to let you know about the implementation that I'm doing in the finance area on cash management. Recently, I attended a training on PML, and basically it is recommended, to make sure that we track down all our bank charges, and we make them kind of like impossible for anybody, to use a check or misuse a check, basically. So I don't know if you are familiar, but there's this program, Positive Pay, and basically what you do is we will be downloading the information directly to a certain server, and then we send it directly to the bank. So by the time that someone is coming to the bank, they know, that they must pay a certain amount. And there's no way that someone else is going to offer anything on amounts or names or anything like that. And it's something very simple, but it's not new. It's something that came out like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. So I'm going to start implementing this with our finance area.
Okay.
I wanted to mention that.
Any questions?
he says it's a good idea, I mean.
That's with IBC, right?
Yes,
Yes.
That's what I
what it
mean.
is that people try to duplicate our checks, and in this manner, they're not gonna be able to because this, positive pay has a certain criteria
Like a
that,
backup.
yeah,
Mhm.
that
We're
only
gonna-
what we send them from here.
We're gonna be sending them what we have the
Right,
checks drawn
exactly.
on, and yeah, that's it.
You can't get somewhere else, duplicates or
And you
anything.
will be amazed how many cities have received fraudulent checks. I mean, it happens in all the time, so we just wanna make sure that doesn't happen.
It's happened everywhere else except here,
Okay.
yeah, so we wanna prevent that.
Good.
It's a good idea.
All right, any other questions for the finance director? All right, let's move on to item number 9, consider and approve the financials for the month of May 2015.
I did wanna have a little question on the budget change.
Well, we're in the financials right now.
Yes.
9. Here, motion?
So
Motion by Mr. Wells, and second by Mr. Thomas. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 10, consider and approve investment report for the third quarter of 2015, ending June 30th, 2015. Has everybody looked at the investment report? Can we get a motion?
Not long enough.
Can we get a motion for approval, please?
So,
Motion by Mr. Thomas, second by Mr. Wells. Any questions on the investments? We're making a lot of money there, aren't we?
So it looks like,
It's
if we
low.
don't starve to death.
We made $100 on a couple
But
million.
this is everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
get anything else better than this. And I'm already, kind of looking at another quote because now I do have the certifications to invest with the district, and I may find something else a
Okay.
little bit better.
Maybe we should buy shrimp boats. What do you think?
Not this year, prices went down.
What do you think, man?
All right, so we got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11, consider and approve resolution number 118-07-15, authorizing amending authorized representatives on an interlocal agreement for participation in a public funds investment cooperative, appointing authorized representatives and designating investment officers for the Laguna Madre Water District. Get a motion, please?
Not out of me. I want to table that. I want to know more about it. I've read a
Oh, what
little
it
bit
is?
about it and I don't understand it.
Sir, what it is that right now we have Mr. Gomez as representative. So we need to remove Mr. Gomez, and since I'm the director of finance, I'll be the
Is
next
that all
person.
that is?
Yeah,
Are you-
right now,
So
yes.
Are you certified?
Yes.
You are certified in
Yes,
public
I'm
funds
certified
investment?
now,
Okay,
yes.
So
all right.
why don't we just put her in and remove?
Well, that's
her?
over,
And
that's what this is.
I need this
Oh, I didn't
resolution.
understand
I
that,
cannot
okay.
invest with the tax pool if I don't have the resolution signed.
Correct.
They need to have
I just was somewhat confused on how
Yeah.
it was worded. I wasn't sure what that was.
And it's Mr.
So
Galvan and
moved.
me.
Okay, we have two investment officers in the
Yes.
district.
And-
We've always had two, and so now we have Mr. Gavan and Ms. Garcia, correct?
Right now is Mr. Gomez the one that is active.
Okay.
I am moving to make the change. That's my motion, sir.
Motion by Mr. Thomas, second by Mr. Wells. Any further questions?
Aye.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item 12, consider and approve resolution number 119-07-15, adopting budget amendment proposal for the current fiscal year.
Yeah, on this one, I believe that y'all had received the emails, and, for some reason, San Juana had some trouble opening her own. So I don't know if y'all received it or not. I think Mr. Kevin said he didn't receive it.
I didn't receive it.
So
What that was.
she resent them again,
Yes,
and what it is, let me go up there and show you guys real quick.
I have
It's
extra
all
package.
the cuts that we did,
I
which
know.
it looks like,
My
each
question.
department has a cut.
Each department has cuts,
I've
yeah.
seen Whitey's, it
Yeah.
looked pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yep, and,
It looked pretty simple.
and,
Yes, it does.
and then the other one is a revenue cut, so,
Okay.
so that,
No problem, thank you.
Well, basically, the budget committee got together. We had the financial statements as of the end of May 31st, 2015. So that was our starting point. We took the revenues, we kind of figured out what the revenues would be for June, July, August, September at the end of our fiscal year. We added those in there and we came up to a conservative estimate at about $7.5 million. And then our expenditures need to equal that. And so, as you can see, they came up with some cuts for us by each department. You got water plant department, you got lift station, distribution, collections,
At
Other
this
departments.
point,
maintenance.
basically what we're doing at this point is, holding off on capital outlay purchases.
Mhm.
In any type of improvements, we're trying, to hold off as much as we can. And also, there's gonna be some sort of savings because of the people that retire, we have some vacancies. So until that gets, replaced and all of that, we're gonna kinda like save for a month on salaries. So we're not, cutting off hours or anything like that. The savings that you're seeing there in salaries is basically the fringe benefits and the salaries for these people that left the company or retiring.
Right.
They're retiring.
Well, I got 420 on this one, and then Jeff was telling me 800 on another one. What is it?
It's, the total is, that one is only the capital improvements, like purchases, like there was three items.
Major purchases?
Yeah,
Those
actually,
are the mayor.
what are automatic? What are the automatic feeders for?
Well, that's, the wastewater side, they were gonna purchase, that comes out of the major repairs, but it's, automatic feeders where they feed chlorine and, chlorine dioxide.
Well, how are we doing it now?
Sulfur dioxide.
We still got automatic, we were just gonna put new ones in?
Right,
Yes.
rehabilitate them, I guess, yeah. Right, Victor?
Yes.
Is that gonna be a big setback, not fixing those, or?
I mean, by fixing them, we'll save on chlorine and SO2 usage, but,
Right.
I mean, it'll hold off till.
It's like the automatic, we're not using automated feeders right now. They're just feeding. So they're getting residual, they cut down manually. But on this one, according to the flow, it'll go up and down and kind of save and conserve, because it'll only feed what is needed. So we can hold off another
Okay.
3 months.
Okay.
Until we see how the money's coming in.
Yeah, and definitely the budget amendment is necessary because there's no way that we're gonna come up with the budget that it was anticipated. I mean, the income is not getting there, so we really need to make an amendment.
Okay. Mr. Thomas?
Under maintenance and major repairs, you're telling me we're gonna save $240,000, and we've got a wastewater plant falling apart. Are
Well,
we
we
gonna
don't
let
have
it just
the
keep
income.
falling? I mean,
No.
But we don't have the
where does that,
income.
where do we get $240,000?
Whitey?
We'll get
There's
it
a
from
guy right
the
back there,
SDC funds.
needs
Remember the
pipes.
SDC
This
funds?
roof at warehouse.
Fittings for the wind, huh?
This
That's
roof at
just
ware-
strictly the roof for the warehouse?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Is that the one we passed? I noticed that, that's the one we passed to get fixed about 2 years ago, isn't
Yes,
it?
and
Yes,
we
it's
wanna
still
do
not
it.
fixed.
Excuse me, am I correct,
That
Mr.
is
Chairman?
correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it still hadn't been fixed?
The money's not there yet.
Money's not there.
There's no money.
And the other one is, what is the other one? The
Truck,
The
jet
vacuum
truck.
The jet truck. The vacuum truck.
Jet truck, that you just pulled it off.
But we've got a four-wheel drive Dodge Hemi with leather interior. I'm having a real sinking spell here, guys.
I haven't seen a 4x4.
Oh, it's only two-wheel drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have leather seats.
Okay.
Hey, we need a four-wheel drive to get through that pipeline alignment.
Take the back.
Wait.
Well, that one place.
The excavator will get you there, just not so
I bet it's a roof at the warehouse, Ward.
I believe that the finance department and whoever helped, and the decision is, did their best, and I think it's a good budget now. And I know that Mr. Keppinger had brought it up at the beginning of the year, cut down on the budget, and we're anticipating more revenue, and it's not coming in, so.
Hey,
We
we
did,
did it.
uh,
We
Gotta
got
quit
it right
raining,
to
man. That's
so
the whole
hard, and they
thing.
did.
Yeah, we did,
Big problem
advertise
on
on
that.
the website that we no longer have, drought, conservation measures.
No?
We're out. We're at 55%, over 55.
Yeah.
So we're okay now, so we took that off.
Well, put a thing in the bills that goes out free water tomorrow. Maybe they'll start watering the grass, we'll watch some money.
It'd be nice if there was just average weather instead of extremes, you know, extreme drought, extreme rain.
All right, gentlemen, any other questions, discussion on that? Can we get a motion, please?
Okay, one more question, what's the total savings that we're voting on right now?
Okay, it's 672,
71, close to
72.
672,000 versus putting an adjustment on the revenues for 671,307.
And that's gonna be enough? No.
It's the best estimate that we can have with the estimate income that we're anticipating.
Okay.
And we're on the conservative side, hopefully
Yes,
we'll
if it
we'll
goes,
bring in a little more.
you know, better, we'll definitely will have, you know, something to
We'll come
invest on that,
Stop
you
that,
know,
we
on
always-
capital.
We always go back and chop something else.
Yep.
Motion to approve. What we're gonna have to go back and do is look at our water rates again.
Yes.
Well, let's
Yeah.
talk about that,
Yeah,
let's
that's
talk
not
about
on
that,
the-
not on this
Oh,
item.
wait a minute.
We didn't post it.
I don't want them coming to my house, burning my house down, killing all my kids, right? The people, my friends and neighbors, but we're gonna have to address these water rates again. And we thought we could pull $1 million out of the hat with our little hat trick we did a few months ago.
We'll come back to that.
And it's not
We'll come back to
enough.
that.
It's not enough.
But, yeah, but it's Mother Nature is doing this, not anything else.
It's
All right, so we have a motion by
Mother
Mr.
Nature's
Wells.
the mother.
We get a second, please?
So moved.
Second by Mr. Thomas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. That resolution carries, I'm sorry. Item 13, consider and approve a request for proposals for external audit services committee's recommendation for annual financial statements and compliance reports for fiscal year 2015, 16, and 17.
Yes, we met on June 29th, and we did an evaluation. The evaluation criteria pretty much was considering the experience and the scope of work that these two auditors firms that we received, and we already have one. We can say it, right? Can we say it?
Yeah, it's for that.
Okay.
We came up with decisions with the audit committee that we decided to have the existing
Yes.
auditors, for the reason that the cost is better, less than.
Well, it's not only the cost, because when you're looking at professional services, you always have to look at the whole thing. But both that we received, both proposals were really good. You know, those are pretty much the best ones that we have in Brownsville, and I do have experience working with both of them. And but we decided to go with the continuity, you know, with Donnie Shelton.
That's fine. Okay, so the committee's recommendation is to go right along with Shelton. Okay, any questions? Motion, please. Motion by Mr. Thomas.
Second.
Second by Mr. Wells. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item 14, consider and approve disbursements. Motion, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wells.
No second.
Second by Mr. Thomas. Any questions on disbursements?
The question is, I really hate this column called miscellaneous.
We have, according to GAAP accounting principles, sometimes we have to put them in there. It's not
Okay.
if we want to, believe me.
I'm
But
not,
what I can
I'm
do
not
is I can
saying,
give
I'm
you
not saying you
a
can't
list.
do that, I just said I hate that column called miscellaneous.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that could be, you girls might have hired the Chippendales to come over and, I don't know what miscellaneous is.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed?
Incorrect.
That motion carries. Item 15 is meeting is adjourned.